Hello and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So we've finally set off to England and I'm well excited. Can't wait to meet Priti Patel, tell her to turn my ship around and stuff. But I'm also going to spend this episode looking at emails, so come and join me. It's going to be thrilling. Oh, look who decided to wake up. Disgusting. You bring nothing but shame on this family. Oh, she's a smoker. You'll be damaging your lungs, love. Have you not seen The Crown? I've only just started it, to be fair. What have you spotted? Is she going crazy or something? But she looks a lot paler than before.
In a lecture at the University of Cambridge, Dr. Searca told a worried audience that scientists have few answers for them. Since the mass coronal ejection of 2012, the strength of the Earth's magnetic field has increased by a factor of 50,000. This has resulted in huge disturbances in radio and satellite communications, dangerous bands of radiation around the poles, and as we can all see from our window, an aurora borealis that never burns away. Unfortunately, we are stumped as to why this is happening, and if we cannot find an answer soon, it may change the way we live, the way we communicate, even the way we evolve, forever. Dr. Searca went on to say,
"Bought you more electrolytes? Oh, new and improved citrus flavor."
Thanks, Sean. How do we fix this? How are you the key to everything?
Right, what's the crack here then?
You're a long way from home, Eivor.
Wait, are you not in England? Well, you are in England, aren't you? Because that guy's speaking to you in an English accent.
Would love to play around, but I have bigger things on my mind.
Did you get my tea?
Ooh, mint tea is not actually tea, Bex. It's an infusion. It's really just dirty, minty water.
I don't care what you call it, Sean. Did you buy any?
Of course I did, love.
Hey, sorry about pulling you out. The generator was sputtering.
That's fine. I needed air.
How is the Animus data stream? Comfortable?
Felt pretty stable after a while.
Good. Just give me a sec and you can jump back in.
Thanks, babes.
Another satellite came down. Did you see?
I did. One of Abstergo's.
That's good.
Well, most of North America just lost its GPS service, so depends what you mean by good, really.
Right. Even when we win, we lose.
Okay, we're all set. Whenever you're ready, you can jump back in.
That's quite nice. Soothing. Let's have a look.
Let's read my messages. Mailbox. I don't have... Oh, look, they've tried to incorporate that as well. I don't have COVID, no. I'm well isolated. Just 3 of us travelling together, staying out of sight. Thanks for clearing that up in such profound detail. I'm sure I'll sleep soundly now. So, wait, hang on. From Layla, so... I don't know what's going on. Am I not Layla this time? Looks like Layla. Right, okay, one last message after which all communication between us via this account or anything will cease. We have our own ways of talking, methods that cannot be sniffed or traced. Your previous team made this mistake. They knew the risks, but they were sloppy. Left traces of their activity on everything, digital fingerprints everywhere. That will not happen with us. My colleagues tell me the initial meeting went well. They are impressed, if a little wary of the influence your new toy has on you, but they know better than most what it means to live with such a burden. I'm curious to know more about this heir of memories epithet. It is not a phrase we have heard in all our decades of research. In a few weeks' time we will contact you once more. If you're interested in proceeding, follow our instructions to the letter. If you are not interested, or if you will break any of our protocols, this will be the last time you hear from us. Take this to heart, the world is sick, getting sicker. The Earth's magnetic field is growing stronger, satellites are falling from the sky, earthquakes are getting more frequent, famines are more and more frequent. And now we have credible reports of a new and deadly virus sweeping through Asia. COVID. It can feel like we're living through a Yeatsian nightmare. I love the word yeet. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world, in many ways we are. But there is hope, there is a cure, us. In the past few months we have come together, well, I can't even get my words out, we have come across something that may help us solve our most pressing problems. A message, a very promising message, that may help us reverse the dire course we are on. Want to be part of the solution? Join us. If not, we wish you the best of luck. Oh, I don't know what's going on. You have a gift and a curse, the gift of old blood, the curse of not understanding it. We can help you if you help us. What you did is not your fault, but you must take responsibility for it, otherwise nothing gets done. One of us will contact you. If you miss us, you miss your chance. Who the fuck is this? Rude. Would your favourite baseball team happen to be Atlantis Eagles? Okay. I forgive the short email. I want to call, but I'm not using phones right now. My time is limited. I'm still recovering from a tip hand, and nothing went as expected. People got hurt. I told you it was for research, and it was, but not for Abstergo, I'm assuming. The truth is, I haven't worked for them for a few years. It's a long story, and I won't bother you with the details, but it wasn't for me. Leave it at that. The group I'm with now, I can't explain, not over email, but they've shown me things, given me opportunities, and opened my eyes to a broader view, but not without cost. In fact, I fucked up last year. Bad. More than once, and I need to make it right. I know all this sounds cryptic, it is, but I'm not in danger, not in the way you might think. If I'm being vague, it's because I need to be. I don't want any data sniffers picking up on keywords that might raise alarms. Do I sound paranoid? A little? Here's the point. Don't worry about me. I'm with a couple of people who I trust now. They've been at this a lot longer than I have, and they're going to see me through this. I promise. At this time next year, things will be better, the skies will be clear, the earthquakes will stop, and we'll celebrate Ramadan together. It'll just be like the 90s all over again. Tell Mama and Baba I miss them, and that I'm doing fine. Your sis, L. Okay, so I'm still Layla, aren't I? Right, I've read them all now, haven't I? Files. Layla, as you traipsed about England, Bex and I thought you might want to keep your eyes open for a few things. Assassin bureaus, or the hidden ones more accurately, they operated in Roman Britain between the years 100 and 430 CE. It's not clear why they left, but the final date corresponds roughly to the Roman exodus from Britain, so I imagine their leaving had something to do with the Empire's retreat. Mission accomplished or a loss of faith, not sure. But we do know that it was several hundred years before the Hidden Ones returned to the island. It may be Basim and Hytham for the first in half a century. From our own archives, I believe there were 6 main bureaus operating in the Roman period. Leicestershire, London, Winchester, I guess, York, Essex, Gloucestershire. These won't be the Saxon names, so you'll have to read between lines. Bex noticed about 10 embedded in the simulation. They're dense clusters of data that may screw with your ability to navigate Eivor's memories. Approach with caution. We don't know what they'll do if you get too close. They may be harmless, they may induce occipital shock or wipe your mind. Hard to say. Best to err on the side of hell no, but if you're curious, well, I warned you. We don't know of any Izu artifacts you should be looking for specifically, but they're out there. And this was a long period where they often cropped up in legend. Norse and Saxon songs and tales speak of them often, so keep your eyes peeled. Especially around Stonehenge. How could that not be an Isu site? Sean Hastings. Preface, whatever it is. The transformation of the Order of the Ancients into Templars as we know them today has always been a subject of considerable debate among our ranks. We have operated with the assumption that the Templars themselves had some sort of complete knowledge of this evolution, but at present no concrete historical evidence has made it into our hands. What little data we do have is mostly a matter of public record, with some exceptions. It's commonly understood that the origins of the Knights Templar dates back to 1119 CE, and this indeed was the appearance of the public face of the Templars. However, our records attest to the existence of Templar agents at least 2 centuries before this date. In one badly damaged document, an assassin contract from Normandy in the mid-11th century, the author makes free use of the term Templar. An early letter, this time from a hidden one in the region of modern-day Dorset, circa 978 CE, makes mention of a Templar spy within the ranks of the Brotherhood. From this we can safely assume that the Templar Order, as an entity distinct from the Order of the Ancients, existed at some point in the mid-10th century. With an aim to expand our understanding of this dark age, one of our agents recently volunteered to delve into his genetic memories to search for further clues to this age-old mystery. Unfortunately, what he discovered was of little use for our purpose. Sean Hastings began the first of 7 sessions on October 5th, 2014. Over the course of the next 3 weeks, he followed various matrilineal and patrilineal lines into the past, focusing on the 9th, 10th and 11th century in search of assassins and or Templars in his bloodline. He found none. Of course, of minor interest, however, was the following personage, here noted for their peculiarity of his biography. I can't even say that. An early 9th century Jute who sailed north from modern-day Denmark with a wooden plank bearing a carving of a map that purported to mark the location of Thor's hammer. He made it as far as Stavanger before running afoul of a powerful clan there. He was defeated in battle and enthralled as a slave. He escaped his captivity some 10 years later and returned to Jutland to marry and settle down. The location of his map is unknown, and the existence of Thor's hammer, a precursor relic no doubt, remains unconfirmed. His ancestors would later sail to England to follow the Normans' conquest of the land, settling in what is now called Loughborough in modern-day Leicestershire. The irony that a man named Hastings would contain no useful genetic memory data regarding the Norman invasion of England in 1066 was not lost on our dear subject. Still, he retained his usual chip of wit and asked if he might not relive the genetic memories of his grandfather to, quote, give a Nazi a proper bollocking. Cool. Media, let's have some videos.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Interesting.
Layla, thought you might be interested in this. Conversations that Bex and I had with Desmond back in 2012. December, I think. Just candid talks, that's all. We didn't square any circles or write any beat poetry. But he did have some interesting insights into his time in the Animus. and what it means to be an assassin. Anyway, have a listen. You might find you and he had similar experiences, so, well, let me know what you think. Unless it's to tell me I sound like a total brat in these recordings. If that's the case, just say nothing. I mean, I did have a slight cold at the time I recorded these. That's probably why I sound odd. Anyway, okay, I'm done anyway, so turn off. Turn off. Oh, it's actually just a button. Sorry, here we go.
Crazy bitch.
No, come on, Sean. Turn that thing off.
Oh, hold on. I like what you said there. I want to get this for posterity. Say it again, nice and loud.
Seriously?
Sure, come on. If nothing else, it'll give me leverage with your old man.
Ah, that's your angle. Nice. What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that good enough?
Sure, but why is that?
Because choice is the central idea of our creed. It underpins everything, right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want. Or, no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals. You get told over and over again, this is what we believe. These are the rules. This is reality. No deviation. And if you question it, oh, they look at you like you killed a puppy. That's hardly free will. It's a weird irony when free will is your central belief, but nobody wants you to believe otherwise. I don't know how to say it exactly, but I always thought there was something self-destructive about our creed. If free will is the most important moral guidepost we have, we should be free to ignore it. To choose submission, for example. You know what I mean? Like, we should be free to side with the Templars. If it's really my choice, I could do that.
Right. It's almost self-refuting. A democracy could democratically elect a dictator or choose to get rid of democracy altogether. Within our creed is the seed of its own destruction. That's what makes it powerful, I think. And fragile.
Right. The more freedom you have, the more risky it is, you know? Anyway, my dad has mellowed over the years, but he was strict when we lived on the farm. He ran a tight ship. I never got the impression that I was free to choose my path forward. Our creed, our tenets, they were drilled into my head. By the time I was a teenager, I was following these rules out of a sense of duty. This was just what we did.
That happens to a lot of organizations over time. Stagnation sets in, you know? A fundamentalism.
Yeah. Following the rules becomes more important than achieving whatever goal you set out for yourself. And people start to lose sight of the reason the rules exist.
That's called deontology, or a form of it. Following a rule for its own sake and not for the consequences it has.
Yeah, but that feels backwards, doesn't it?
Well, I think so. Following a rule is the easy part. Praying, taking a sip of wine, munching on a wafer. Rituals that give comfort.
But that's just going through the motions. It makes people feel like they're doing something. When the hard work is, well, actually getting off your ass and doing something productive. I think people just want boundaries. Tight boundaries. They want to see the four walls that pen them in.
I don't disagree.
Anything outside that, anything that makes life more complex, that's scary. That's why I envy you. You chose this life. You went through that process and you decided, yes, I believe in this.
Sure. It didn't stop me from being an insufferable know-it-all as a teenager, but I see your point.
I would have loved to have been a know-it-all. I knew nothing. Not until you guys found me. Yeah. It wasn't until I met you, and Bex and Lucy, that I knew. I knew I wanted to be an assassin.
Oh, thanks, Des. Come here. Bring it in, bud. I don't normally like touching, but I'll make an exception now.
I am not hugging you.
You sure? Because I smell very nice today.
Can't you just turn that off?
Well, Sean's a creep, isn't he?
Hold on, I'll just set this here.
Do you guys record everything we talk about?
Not everything. But you've been using the Animus so much, I thought this was a good chance to learn some things about prolonged exposure.
So I'm your guinea pig.
No, my guinea pigs are all dead. The Animus was too much for them to handle.
Cute.
Can I ask you about the bleeding effect? Any recent flashes? Any memories resurfacing?
Yeah, the usual things. Ghost images of Altair and Ezio a few times a day. Nothing intrusive, just brief moments. They pass quickly, almost without me noticing. Like a figure in the corner of my eye. Or remembering a dream from the night before. I did have one extended hallucination a few days ago. It was Ezio. He was older, around the time he left Cappadocia. He was standing on the deck of a ship, alone. And through him, I could feel an intense regret or guilt. And it felt to me like he'd had a loss of faith in himself, in the creed, like he couldn't keep it up, couldn't stay true to his ideals. And as I watched him, I thought, is this the moment he decided he was done being an assassin? It felt like it. Anyway, most of my visions have been brief, lasting just a few seconds. They're like complete memories of small moments that appear suddenly out of nowhere, fully formed. It's a strange feeling.
Okay, anything else?
I'm starting to see Connor now, too. Though I hear his voice more often than I see him. I'm sure that will change. Oh, yeah, and yesterday, just before bed, I had a memory of being on a beach in the Caribbean with a bunch of sailors. Or maybe they were pirates. I don't know. No idea.
Huh, we'll look into that. And how do you feel in general?
In general? Well, I feel older, for one. Much older. And it's strangely comforting. I'm collecting the memories and skills and thoughts of so many people. I feel like I've lived a few hundred years or more. Is it possible that if I do this for too long, it'll push my own memories aside? That I'll be everyone but myself after a while?
It's possible. That's called identity substitution. It's happened before, but it's rare. And someone with your background shouldn't need to worry.
My background? You mean someone with my genes? My abilities?
You have Isu DNA, and that lets you see things and do things and withstand traumas that other people can't.
And I can suffer in ways that others can't. That's not something to be proud of.
You mean the apple?
Yeah. It has a pull, Bex. It tugs at my brain. It talks to me. Teases me. Drives me mad. And what I did to Lucy. God damn it. Nothing is worth the damage I did. The pain I caused.
I know. But you're special. That's the point.
I'm not special, Bex. I'm lucky. That's all.
I understand.
We're assassins. It's our creed that makes us different, not our genes, not our blood. Anyone can join us.
That's true. But let's leave that aside for a second. What I want to know is, have you ever had any Isu memories resurface?
Isu memories? I don't think so. I can't even begin to imagine what that would feel like.
I think you'd know if you did. Maybe one day. We might be able to induce something.
Jesus, let's fix the world first, okay? Before we start digging up my ancient ancestors.
Deal.
With my luck, I'll be related to some third-rate Isu like Sisyphus or something.
Way to aim high, buddy.
Hey, you gotta.
That meant nothing to me. I'm not going to read all this. I'm going to read through it later on. You can pause it and have a little flick through, can't you? Oh, I missed it. Wonder what's in there. What's in my bin? File corrupted. Oh, what are you doing?
I went through hell to bring you here. It had better be worth it. Sean has been busy.
Hello, Layla.
What are you
Sean,
pointing
what do you
at?
make of the grave out there?
Well, it overturns a few hundred years of scholarship about the first Europeans to set foot in North America. Apart from that, it's just a bunch of muddy bones, isn't it?
Can we talk about this thing on my neck for a second?
Ah, the mood stabilizer. Yes.
It's not harmful, is it? I mean, I feel good, but I want to make sure there's no side effects.
There shouldn't be. It's only blocking outside signals, a passive effect. So the staff doesn't, you know, mess with you.
Sean, what happened last year, I had no control over that. I tried to resist.
I understand. And your old team, maybe they don't. But we've seen that sort of thing before. Still, if you want to work with us and get to the bottom of why the world is about to end for the second time in 8 years, then you wear that thing until we say otherwise. William's orders.
I know. It's not a problem.
It's just
Who the hell's William? I thought you were called Sean.
Just until we figure this out.
You're right. I know you're right.
Ooh, let's listen to the radio.
You mind if I put some music on? Go for it. Cool.
Where's the music? Are you done yet? Can we just like carry on? Because you just stood there nodding like you're on crack.
You gonna put this in the fridge, Sean?
Of course. In half a minute.
Remember, tomatoes go on the counter, not the fridge. Please enjoy your stay. Remember, all the garbage must be packed out, and please water the plants once a day. Yeah, I won't remember that.
Such a bitch,
Sean,
Layla. Someone's
forget
giving you the
water
house to
plants
stay
while
in.
I'm under, okay?
I'll add it to the calendar and tattoo it on my leg.
Be nice to sleep in a real bed when this is over.
Feeling okay?
Better. But I'm worried that it could happen again. The two data streams.
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like two minds, fighting over one brain. It hurt like a shotgun to the head.
Right. There's something about this Viking's DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
Could it be the staff? Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
My headaches, my temper. They started the day I got that thing.
I hope you're not making excuses for, you know, your friend.
Jesus, no. I'm not.
Sorry. Just take it easy. And if you feel yourself slipping again, let us know.
I'm trying. I really am.
All right, time to go. Norway to England takes about a week by long ship, so I'll scrub ahead. Layla, you okay?
Sorry. Can you play the message again?
We have the transcript. If you're looking for something, I can go
No,
and...
I want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just... that message led us here. To this place. To a Norse grave in North America. So those bones out there are the only lead we have. Our only chance at fixing this planet before it's too late.
Here it is.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Does that sound like Basim?
Unsettling, that is.
That pulse in the message. Are you sure it's just coordinates? Nothing else?
Nothing I can find.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Hiya, it's me again. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to like and comment on them, it would mean the absolute world to me. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing, because you love me. And if you want to watch me play these games live, you can find my Twitch in the description box below. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next video.